Hey guys, Joe from Eastwood. In this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at the Eastwood Elite QST 8120 Scroll Air Compressor. This scroll compressor is going to aim at the professional that's looking for a compressor that can handle the way they make a living. This is going to be capable of quietly and reliably meeting the demands of all of your air tools. So why do you want something like this? First, we need to dive into what makes it better than some of the other styles of compressor, of which there are a few. Most common is the reciprocating compressor, which works just like an internal combustion engine, except without the combustion stroke. You can think of that as your typical piston style compressor. There's also a screw style, which works similarly to a supercharger. This is going to be a scroll compressor. In order to compress air, it uses two interleaving scrolls that rotate within one another and work air into a compressed volume, which can then be stored. The scroll offers some big advantages over other styles of compressor. Number one, it's compact. It's also simple, it's low maintenance, it's reliable, and it's extremely quiet, especially when compared to other reciprocating compressors. This is rated for 62 decibels plus or minus 3, which simply put is very quiet. Conversation is only about 65. I've heard piston compressors out there that make what I would guess to be around 90 decibels, at least to my ear anyways. Coming in at about 62, this is a sizable difference here. You can easily hold a conversation right next to this thing when the pump is on. If you put this in a secluded area of your shop, you really will not notice when it's running. If you complement that with a little bit of sound deadening, you can really get this thing to be no more than a hum in the background of your shop. This pump outputs 11 horsepower, spins at 3,500 RPM, and produces 31.8 SCFM at 90 PSI of air output. This pump functions at 100% duty cycle, which means the compressor will deliver a consistent CFM and PSI the entire time the compressor is in use. Now that doesn't mean the pump itself can run continuously all day, but you can be sure this will meet your demands before the pump kicks off to cool itself down. Now, if you're worried about capacity, I'd recommend taking a look at pairing this with our 80-gallon auxiliary tank. We'll talk about that setup in a minute here, but if you're demanding a lot of air fast, that's what you're gonna need. The pump is rated at 100,000 hours, so if you're working a 40-hour work week, that translates to a little more than a 48-year lifespan. The compressor is easy to work with too. There's a control panel right on the front. You have some flush menu buttons. That's going to do a great job at keeping the dust and dirt out while allowing you to easily scroll through the menus. The screen is automatically backlit too, so if you put this in a dark corner of the shop, that's great. The on and off switches are on the control panel, and the emergency stop is right up front as well. The menu options allow you to dive into all the diagnostics of the machine, notably 3-phase amp draw, pressure, air temp, total runtime, loaded runtime, and importantly, oil and air filter lifetimers and more. As far as maintenance goes, that's very easy. Everything is located behind a panel that's simple to remove. You have a sight gauge for your oil level and a fill hole right above that. The air filter is right there as well and is easily accessible. Pulling this apart, taking a look inside, everything looks very clean and very well made. Eastwood even backs this with a 3-year warranty. Now, this unit is going to be aimed at the professional. So if you're looking to power many workstations with air and allow your employees to make a living, this is what you're going to want. If you're a hobbyist, just the average Joe that's looking for a compressor, the 3060 is going to be the smaller version of this. That's a little bit more portable, and that's going to be what you want. As far as other costs, factor in the basic setup costs. That will vary depending on your shop layout. This is also tankless, so some form of storage is going to be needed. Of course, we offer the Eastwood 80-gallon auxiliary tank, and we sell this as a package combination deal as well. You get the 8120 and the 80-gallon aux tank. You can save some money by picking the pair up together, so if that's what you're interested in doing, that's definitely a good route to go. Now, I can personally attest to this thing as it runs pretty much all of Eastwood. Our setup is the 8120, and of course we do have that 80-gallon aux tank as well, just for a big reserve. That's going to power our warehouse, the video studio, and our R&D department as well. Now, next, I'm going to pass it over to Mike Phillips. He's the owner of Phillips Hot Rods and Customs in Downingtown, Pennsylvania. He can tell you some of his thoughts about this machine. He's using the same setup, 8120, 80-gallon aux tank to power his shop.
Here at Phillips Hot Rods and Customs, we have 9 guys working all day doing everything from mechanical repair to full restorations. We have guys using DA sanders, grinders, sandblasters, all kinds of equipment that has a high demand of air pressure. The new Scroll technology, this compressor keeps up with all of our air demands. Not only is it super quiet and the guys love it, it's the best thing I could have done for my business in a long time.
Well guys, as you can see, this compressor is more than capable of powering what the professional needs. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go ahead and smash the like button. Leave us a comment down below too. If you have a piston style compressor, we want to know how long it's been running for you. Those things are bulletproof, just like the Scroll compressors. And if you have one of the newer style Scroll compressors like the 8120, leave us a comment too. We'd love to know how it's working out for you. As always guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Joe. Make sure you keep it right here at Eastwood to do the job right.